Amid the delusional debris spiraling throughout the Western world, thrown about aggressively by the whirlwind of gender ideologies, passionate and intentional deceit, is the assertion that trans people have always been here. To this, I respond with an unequivocal, categorical, and unapologetic no, they have not. Understanding why Gen Z and even the younger millennials cannot see through this transparently obvious fabrication is easy. Most people find it difficult to see beyond the limitations of their own experiences, and from their points of view, trans people have always existed. What excuse does Generation X and those that preceded it have to digest and accept this same nonsense? We lived in a time in which the dispersal of trans people throughout society was so scattered, so abstractly rare, that most of us never encountered a trans person, or even the idea of one, until well into adulthood. That we have accepted this misrepresentation is a measure of how willing we have become to discard the evidence of our senses in favor of what we are being told, of what the television and social media are demanding we believe. Before delving into my disputation of such an obvious fallacy, ask yourself what other demographic reminds us with such obnoxious, rapid-fire repetition that they have always been here. What other group would not seem ultimately ridiculous by stating something so patently obvious? Imagine black people telling the world endlessly that they have always existed, or Chinese people, or those native to India, or gay folks. What if white people flooded social media platforms with the message that they have always been here? The asininity would be shocking to our cores. That's just the point. No demographic which has always existed has to convince the world of that fact. That trans people are so driven, so fanatically compelled to assure us of their historical presence is a tacit confession that they are unconvinced of this lie themselves. No one is working with such neurotic desperation to prove that the sky is blue, or that rain falls from it, or that gravity keeps us rooted to the earth, because these truths are so self-evident as to require no convincing. These realities continuously affirm themselves through the evidence of our senses and shared experience. But legacy media has been working diligently to dupe us into denying both in favor of a political mantra, of the latest leftist narrative. This is the essence of propaganda. Let us then examine the most relevant items on the historical record.